That's right. And by the way, the only fathers who actually really get anything, like I'm a father. I got my daughter's husband money because that's what they need, you know? So I gave him a bill. I got him a gift, but that's like probably the only dude that actually got a gift.
Did you buy yourself? You bought yourself
And I
a
bought
gift,
myself a gift. I
Okay.
showed you my gift.
Yeah.
I went and bought myself. I treated myself too, because like nobody else was going to treat me. I'm like, hey, it's Father's Day. I'm going to buy myself something. So I went and actually spent my own money actually on myself for the first time. But anyway, the point is, the reason I bring this up, because I know that today there's a lot of fathers out there who need to relax, because usually fathers have to cook for themselves and grill, and then you have all the grandkids and you see the kids, and then you get in the pool, and then you have to throw them, and you're so tired that you're passed out by 9 o'clock and you're sore on Monday. At least that's like what I've heard. Oh, my back hurts so bad, man. But anyway, that's Father's Day for a lot of people. It's great. You love it, but it's very, very also painful when you get older. But I want to say one thing, man. We got to get to studs and duds, because the biggest dud goes to some losers and what they did to Dikembe Mutombo, the finger wagger. Give me the sounder.
1, 2, 3, let's go.
Boom! Man, you know about my man, Dikembe Mutombo. First and foremost, why would you ever mess with the man who waggled the finger? 7 feet tall and bad to the bone.
What'd they do?
Dude, first, why would you mess with Dikembe Mutombo? Second, why would you mess with a Rolls Royce? Like, why would you smash a Rolls Royce? If you're a kid, or if you're like, it's got it. Like, I looked at this and I saw this, and what I'm trying to say is, on Father's Day, my man Dikembe Mutombo, he drives over to see his family on Father's Day and have a beautiful meal. And I'm sure it was a lovely meal, until he went out to his ride and to leave and found out that somebody vandalized. Not only did they just like do a little bit of damage, but my man, his beautiful 2009 Rolls, both front windows and the rear passenger window busted out. You know, that pretty little emblem on the front, gone. The grill that makes it so beautiful, and I ain't talking about his teeth. I'm talking about the rolls, man. Smashed in. I ain't talking about his teeth either. They didn't smash into Dikembe's teeth. They smashed the Rolls. The Rolls Royce, man.
What did he do to somebody?
Dude, I don't think...
Golly.
See, honestly, I have to say this. There was like... This feels to me like one of those things. I don't feel like there's some enemies out there looking to harm him. I have to say, this is probably some moronic young vandals that went out there and did something like this. And I'm just like...
Just for fun?
I honestly can't imagine like it being any other situation. Can you? Like...
I don't know. I mean, I guess not, unless they were trying to bust out the windows to steal what's inside. I don't understand why you would just walk up and vandalize a man's car for no reason.
Okay, I agree. I don't think there's very many reasons, but that's what I'm saying. There are those young folks who are moronic vandals, and I would think it would have to be a vandal, or the only thing it could be is Deke was waggling his finger with the wrong woman, if you know what I'm saying, and she came back upset and maybe smashed in his car because she saw it. Maybe it was at his father's and she thought it was another woman. I don't know. But it's one of two things. It's got to be some moronic children or some very, very unhappy woman, and he was doing a little finger waggling with the wrong woman, if you know what I'm saying. So that's the only thing I can think. But that's just my... that's
you haven't
me.
even thrown a stud my guy Gary Woodland's way yet.
Dude,
we gotta throw one.
I gotta throw
real
it
quick.
All right, you ready? U.S. Open. Why did you ruin? You're a dud. Why'd you ruin my U.S. Open? Like, seriously, Holmes. Nobody knows who you are. I didn't really care about Gary Woodland. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wait, that's a dud?
Dude,
What?
he is a
Wait.
dud. I wanted Brooks to go 3 in a row, man.
But
Brooks couldn't
he
do
almost came back. He couldn't.
He couldn't close the deal because you know what? Woodland kept knocking him solid, man.
So I give him a stud. You
no,
can give him
he
a
actually
dud.
he gets a stud, but I had to say this. This is very, very true and very, very real. How crazy is it that the U.S. ratings, like they had staggering numbers, but everybody I talked to was like kind of ticked off about Gary Woodland winning. They all either wanted Brooks or they were upset that Tiger wasn't worth a darn. They loved Pebble. Pebble was beautiful. I love Pebble
a lot of
Beach.
people were on Rory's side this time around.
You know, some people were there. I'm just saying, I'm not saying anything bad, but congratulations, Mr. Woodland. Now the world knows who you are. You are now a part of golf, and people know know your name. Because before this weekend, I ain't gonna lie.
I had no idea.
I didn't know who he was. I heard his name, and I kept saying, "Damn, when's he gonna fall apart? This dude ain't gonna like win no major, right? Brooks is gonna come up there and do this thing." And Brooks Koepka, I gotta say, man, what happened to you, Home Slice? Man, I'm sorry. No, congratulations, you were great. Gotta also say a few things before I do get off the air. I got to give one more stud to Tyson Fury. I told y'all I love Tyson Fury, and here's what I want. I want Tyson Fury in the bro, and I want Andy Ruiz basically just with all his glory jiggling out there, and I want the heavyweight championship of the world to be a celebration of two heavyweights really going at it. Deontay Wilder, take your six-pack and go somewhere else. We want to see the big guys go at it. We're rumbling, baby. Rumble, baby, rumble. Let's rumble. Coming up next, I got Straight No Chaser. I got Hardenwood. I got all kinds of things to mention. Don't forget the big trade this weekend. Everybody's talking about Anthony Davis to the Lakers. What about Edwin to the Yankees, yo? Is this not the greatest lineup you've ever seen? Best I've ever seen in my lifetime when they all come back healthy. Whatever you do, the best radio coming up next on the other side. Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Feel like with Lads. It's time to be the talk of the neighborhood or lake house with that custom golf cart built by the experts at Lads. With both new and used models, they are sure to have exactly what you need. The brand new Club Car Onward encourages families and friends to come together and enjoy being outside. Find out more at ladsonline.com or call 901-324-8801.
Lads, up your life with Lads. Lads, up your life.
The Grand Mick Extreme Bacon Burger is one of McDonald's most popular burgers in Spain. To try one, you'd have to reprogram your GPS,
recalculate,
go to the airport, leave your car, buy a plane ticket, land in Madrid, and go to McDonald's.
Bienvenida a McDonald's.
Or you could hang that next left and get to your neighborhood McDonald's now. Because for a limited time, the juicy Grand Mick Extreme Bacon Burger and other worldwide favorites are here. Around the world is now around the corner at participating McDonald's for a limited time.
I'm here with Anna and Catherine, two of Mr. Charlie Burgos' granddaughters at the Rendezvous restaurant. Okay, ladies, you guys and gals now ship a Rendezvous nacho box. Why had no one thought of that before?
We do. We have no idea. Someone suggested it to us, and at first even we went, can we make that work?
So we sent a bunch of sample boxes to friends and family to only rave reviews.
Okay, so what comes in the nacho box?
You get Rendezvous pulled pork, a bag of Brem's corn chips, a bottle of Rendezvous barbecue sauce, a bottle of Rendezvous seasoning, a tub of Pancho's cheese dip, and a jar of Flo's pickled jalapenos from Felicia Suzanne's.
The box is $99, which includes overnight shipping. It makes 6 to 8 full dinner-sized nachos, or feeds way more if you're just serving it as an appetizer.
It truly is a perfect taste of Memphis. A great gift for family, friends, clients, coworkers, or just some Memphis expats.
Where do we order these delicious nachos?
At hogsfly.com.
Mr. Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant, a family-owned restaurant in downtown Memphis in the alley since 1948.
You've been asking for it, Mid-South, and they finally did it. They're back. Excellent Window Tint is back. Now the new easy access location in Olive Branch, 7300 Kraft Goodman Road, just off Highway 78 and Kraft Road. Excellent Window Tint is back, just in time to cool the temperature of your car and make that car look cool as well. Unlike all those other North Mississippi and Tennessee window tint shops in the tint world, Excellent Window Tint is family owned and operated, using the highest quality window tint with the best warranty and highest heat heat reduction film on the market today. And the lower Mississippi sales tax doesn't hurt your pocketbook either. Check out xlntwindowtint.com for your free online quote or call 662-932-TINT. That's 662-932-8468. Now, if you want details, go to the website at xlntwindowtint.com or just visit the new location in Olive Branch, 7300 Kraft Goodman Road, just off Highway 78. The number again is 662-342-8468. They're back. Excellent Window Tint, now in Olive Branch.
I want to invite you to come by the Spirit Shop. You know, that little log cabin on Poplar, your liquor and wine oasis. The Spirit Shop has been providing sports fans their beverage needs since way back in 1969. So come in now and get ready for the big game. Whether your favorite team wins or loses, the Spirit Shop will help you celebrate or ease that pain away. The Spirit Shop is open every day, and they're located perfectly at 4848 Poplar. That's the corner of Poplar and St. Nick.
We are Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 87.7 FM, as well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app, and at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Your home for the Ole Miss Rebels. Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and WPGF-LP Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
If you like pina colada.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen. And now?
Now, the only man to give death a near Johnny experience. Johnny Harden.
What is up? What is up? Welcome into a little Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. I am your sports mixologist and the sexiest guy. 3 years running in Millington, baby. Don't play no games. Solid steel and sex appeal. Can't hurt you. Can't hurt you. On the other side of the glass, it's that guy. It's Gabe Kuhn. Now, I do have a question out there. First Bank phone lines, 67129, 67129. How much is Dak Prescott worth? Like, is he $30 million a year guy? And is Paxton Lynch out there, like, beating his head against the wall somewhere? Like, they wanted me over Dak. I got paid at first, but now I'm just not getting paid like that. And Dak only got $2.7 million the entire time he was so far during his time as a Dallas Cowboy, he's made $2.7 million. And now we're talking about $30 million a year. Let me know what you people think. You know what Carson Wentz is getting paid. You know what Russell Wilson's getting paid. You know what Rodgers is getting. Let me know. Does Dak deserve all that cash? One other question. Do we need more West Coast majors? I really like the timing of it. I absolutely loved it. Sometimes, don't get me wrong. Do I like some mornings getting up and seeing the, majors early on a Sunday morning is really cool. Don't get me wrong. Yes. But it's also nice to be able to get out and go do all the things, live in the daytime, go swimming in the morning, walk the dogs, do all that, and come back and not miss a single important person who has, who's teed off. I liked that. It was I thought it was pretty dope. So I thought West Coast majors get a big old stud from me. And before I turn it over to my man, Gabe Kuhn, who is the man, the myth, the living legend, we're about to do a little bit of straight no chaser. And there's just so many great stories out there. There's so many wonderful things that are going on. But I did want to say this one other thing before I jumped on. For anybody out there that says that pro baseball is boring, watch it. And for the people who don't listen to me, why? What did I tell you? Hook up the White Sox versus the Yankees on Friday. Did I say that? Hook up the White Sox against the Yankees, parlay them with Tampa Bay. What would Saturday morning been like? Would have been like my morning. Dancing naked in the street. Yeah. Now I wasn't in the street, but my wife would have let me out of the house. I would have been. No problem. Trust me. But she wasn't letting me out. But I was dancing, baby. I was dancing. But anyway, it's time to get to one of my favorite segments in the whole wide world. It's time. Before I get there, I forgot to tell you, though. I meant to mention this. This is what I was going to tell you, Gabe. Did you see what happened? Like the biggest, I think the most thrown baseball game I've ever seen was this weekend. But then also the worst pitching in the history of all of sports happened with the Padres and the Rockies. There was a combined 131 hits, 48-44. Okay. Did you hear what I just said? I am still ticked off about this.
Well, you're minus one question here in Straight No Chaser then.
Oh, dang. Never mind. You know what? Can we do me a favor? Start back over and let's get that music because I like to dance.
Okay, well, I guess we'll start there, man. Is pitching getting worse or is hitting getting better?
Excellent question. And guess what? I have had many conversations with a couple professional pitching coaches, some former professional baseball players, and then also some dudes that just play in the HDL league. Bunch of old men that like to play baseball, baby. And guess what? It's not that the pitching has gotten any better. Obviously, if you look at the average mile per hour, it's up. It's up so high, it's not even funny. It's increased at an uptick at a higher rate than at any other time in the history of the sport. We used to not average 90 miles. Did you know there was a time when the average fastball was 88 miles an hour? That was not too long ago. That was back when the Braves, the 90s, when Barry Bonds still had a normal sized dome, when Maddox and Glavine were
when
pitching.
My guy Jamie Moyer was still around.
Dude, yeah, he was also around until not long ago. Dude was around for a long time. You're talking about when he had hair, a lot of hair.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
But what I'm saying is I think it has a lot to do with, so we had the steroid era, and baseball ratings went bananas with Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa and Barry Bonds tuning in to see every single Barry at bat. Alex Rodriguez hitting home runs like it's going out of style. Albert Pujols just yanking them like Ken Griffey Jr., Jim Tomei. Remember him and his big old stick? I mean, home runs was the thing. Remember, chicks dig the long ball. But what I'm going to tell you this is when you also change the baseball, and I'm being dead serious, you can just, if you go through the history of baseball and you look at it right now, grab a pro baseball. I brought a baseball in. Remember the other day? It's sitting in my office right over there. And I brought a high school baseball. And if you read it, it says raised seams. Now, why are the seams raised? Because it increases friction against the air.
Spin rate.
Making it easier to make the ball move. Instead of being a straight fastball, the ball is going to have a little tail, making it more difficult to hit, giving a pitcher a little bit more advantage. Now, in the majors, have y'all held a Major League Baseball lately?
Not lately, no.
Have the seams of a Major League Baseball are the exact same as the baseball itself. They are not raised. The fact that Clayton Kershaw and these pitchers are getting so much movement on these balls blows my mind. But you know what? It's because they work so deadgum hard, because they throw so deadgum hard, because they've learned how to hold the ball. But I also will say this, when you're throwing the ball harder and you hit it, and now you have pitchers worried about hitters worried about launch angle, and you're getting backspin anyway, and the ball is getting hit in the air more often, and you have now a ball with less raised seam that's also less friction against the air when it's flying. Guess what? Out of the ballpark, because it's going to travel farther just as much as it won't move as well. And if you don't believe me, this is the first year AAA baseball has used the Major League Baseball. Home runs have increased in both leagues, and they will set records this year. Again, it's not because the ball is it's because it's not breaking as much. There's not as much wind resistance when it does get airborne and is leaving the ballpark. There's so many reasons, but it's not because of steroids. It's actually because of the baseball. But by far, pitching is better now than it's ever been in the human history. Back when Babe Ruth was playing, they didn't throw in the ninth inning, you didn't have Jordan Hicks can't even close every deadgum game. And this is a guy who hits 100 miles an hour, and he's not even one of the best closers. And I'm talking using him because Cardinals fans know him. I mean, Martinez closed the game last night.
I'm glad he's out of the bullpen now, by the way.
And it's crazy to me to think that Hicks, a guy that throws 100 miles an hour, is getting lit up like a Christmas tree. But you know what? If it don't break and it's straight, these guys today are just the best hitters we've ever seen.
So how many hits did you say were in that series?
I can give you the exact number.
It's
131 hits.
In a 4-game series. And also, I'll add this to it, 92 runs.
Yep, 48, 44, 48 by the Padres, 44 by the Rockies.
You would think that, pitching
by the
is
way,
at an
can I just
all-time
tell you
low when you
something?
hear
I'm
something
very
like that.
upset, by the way, again. Padres won while they were trailing by 6 runs in the 9th, and then Friday they were trailing by 3 runs in the 9th, and I saw so much BS stuff. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm so mad.
All right, next. When are we going to, how long are we willing to put up with LeVar Ball and his shenanigans? What? Why do we keep giving him a platform? I'm talking about journalists.
Well, okay. Can I ask you a question? And I think I already know what you're talking about, and I don't need a chaser because I obviously want. I know you're talking.
This is something you're on top of. I know
you're
you
talking
have this
about.
news.
Yeah, you were talking about what he said to Molly Karam today, correct? Because
Karam Rose, that's Jalen Rose's wife.
Whoa! Hold on. Jalen Rose is married to Molly Karam?
Yes.
Dude, Jalen Rose might kick his what?
Behind T-Fin?
I hope he does. I would
Man, someone needs to do it eventually,
I would pay
right?
to watch it. I would actually, if for those out there who need a chaser, I'm going to go ahead and give them the chaser. Do you want to give them the chaser since this is your segment?
Man, you got it. All
right. Well, see, where LeVar Ball came on to First Take today with, of course, Stephen A. Smith and the boxing guy, Max
Kellerman.
Thank you, Max Kellerman. And they're having a discussion about the Anthony Davis trade. And LeVar Ball is saying that he actually orchestrated it. He wanted it the whole time. That's why he said he didn't want to go to New Orleans, because he really wanted to go to New Orleans. And them and Zion are going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, and yada, 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 yada. And everything's broken. LA, and it's going to be broke without the Ball brothers, and you know what I'm saying? So he's just doing his normal thing. Now, I would like to remind y'all, do you remember it wasn't too long ago when he said to a young lady on one show, and her name is Christine Leahy. Do you remember this? He told her to stay in her lane. Do you remember that? That was on FS1. Okay.
Yet you keep putting people keep putting him on their show.
Well, that's this. Listen to what he says today. Now, this is where I said Jalen Rose might beat as you know what. So, LeVar Ball is talking with Stephen A. Smith and going on about all this stuff, and then all of a sudden, Molly Karam says, as a host normally does, to switch up topics, to change gears, as you would say, maybe, said, all right, well, switching gears, and she was going to come in and follow up with an actual question because the guys were just kind of joshing back and forth. And you know what he said to her? He said, you can switch gears with me any day, baby. This is 2019, I thought, and anybody else would be chastised, would be beaten down, would take it, would be in trouble. Nope. Nobody says anything. She didn't say anything. They kind of just go right over it and go on. She handled herself well, I got to say, but I wouldn't have blamed her if she would have just said, excuse me, right in the middle of the TV. Excuse me.
She sort of did. She said, all right, let's relax now.
I mean, but
she tried to calm it down, but that's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
That's what you get for you keep putting him on.
Quit putting him on.
Yeah, it's that simple.
And then he's like,
it's not worth it. It's not good for you.
Now I have to ask you a question, and this is where I want to know, because this is where the interesting thing about comedy, where sports, where truth, where pain, where timing, where certain people are allowed to say things versus other people who aren't allowed to say things. Do you know who Bob Ryan is?
Sure do.
You do? Okay,
yeah.
So most of y'all out there, I'm sure, know who Bob Ryan is if you are a Boston sports guy. But Bob Ryan made a comment, and my goodness, the heat that he took was, I mean, it was pretty vicious. Now I'm going to ask all of y'all out there because I want to know the truth, what y'all think. Now, being in Memphis, Tennessee, and knowing a whole lot of people from New Orleans who came up here when Katrina happened, to hear them talk about it, to hear certain people make jokes about Katrina after the years have passed and it's been a long time. And Bob Ryan made, I think, maybe not the most charismatic or greatest statement in the history of the world, but I also don't know if it's something where we need to crucify the man for. Do you know what I mean? Like Bob Ryan, do you know what he said? You
No
don't?
idea.
Okay.
Was it bad? Is this bad?
This is where I don't know. This is what I want to know. A lot of people are saying calling him the stupidest person on planet Earth, saying this dude just doesn't get it. All kinds of stuff. But anyway, and by the way, this is it's just Katrina jokes I can understand being not funny. And the other thing is now that somebody sent me a text, they said it was actually Rob Ryan, not Bob. So if it was Rob Ryan, it might make more sense if he was fired. Because I didn't know he was fired. But yeah, now it's he was fired. No, this is not true.
But anyways,
Sorry.
I have one more for you. I have one more straight
hold on.
notation.
No, I got to finish this one because the texter there was a guy named Rob Ryan who was fired in 2015 texter. But anyway, Bob Ryan said, "Hey, New Orleans, I was trying to save some fun at the idiotic LeVar Ball's expense. I should have been more sensitive to the Katrina expense. New Orleans has long been my favorite domestic city. I apologize to everyone there. We'll see you at the Maple Leaf. I'm buying." Basically, what he's trying to say is, if you don't know, he's apologizing because he made a comment and said that if you think Katrina was a hurricane, just wait. LeVar Ball is a Category 5. Now, people have come out. Now, I don't know. Okay. New Orleans, it says, get out the plywood and sandbags. Hurricane LeVar is on its way, and it's a Category 5. That's the exact tweet because he did erase it. So I found it. Somebody did screenshot it. Thank you very much. Because I went to it and it was gone. Okay.
He might as well not even delete it. You know they already have it. You know they already
the whole thing is okay. Attention, New Orleans. Get out the plywood and sandbags. Hurricane LeVar is on its way, and it's a Category 5. He doesn't mention Katrina. He doesn't mention anything else. But it would, he has also apologized. But if you read what people have come back and said to him, like, they have basically said he is a racist piece of what? Said Katrina killed so many people. You're an idiot. You don't even know what a joke is. Yup. You're oblivious. LeVar Ball's, I don't even know how to, I don't know, man. I just think it's called Twitter. 140
you gotta be careful.
characters.
You got to be careful with
I hear what you're saying.
Regardless. And I don't know how I feel about it. I see where people would get mad.
I live
really
down, not in, right off of Mississippi and Veterans. And, I got lots of friends from New Orleans. I still go down there. And again, it was 2005. And I don't know. It's been 14 years.
Yeah.
He didn't say Katrina. He said, they've had hurricanes since, right?
Yeah. I look.
What I'm trying to say is, it doesn't mention Katrina. It says, attention, New Orleans, get out the plywood and sandbags. Hurricane LeVar is on its way, and it's a Category 5. Saying that he is a very loudmouth, jovial, crazy person, blah, 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 blah. 14 years.
People get offended. We know this, though. This isn't new news that people get offended easily.
Should he really apologize or just give the middle finger?
if he feels he needs to apologize, he can apologize. I'm not saying he needs to.
I don't think he needs to.
But anyway, I have one more, and I
All
want to
right,
ask
sorry.
you, what's your favorite story of someone being out of shape coming into an NFL football camp? I have a buddy who came into Memphis camp one time after a winter, right? And winter's when you eat a lot, I guess. He was 6'7",
Like a bear.
He was 6'7", 340 when he left, and that was good weight.
That's
for him.
great weight.
For
6'7"?
when he came back, he was 395 over a month and a half period. So I want to know, what's your favorite story?
Wow.
Do you know of any?
Not like that, buddy.
Well, I mean, that happens. That's probably a small story, quite frankly. I mean, you're talking about 50 pounds.
50
That
pounds.
happens. It happens. It really
That's
does.
painful, man. I remember, who was it that was, I mean, wasn't it John Gruden who was so mean and made that one poor guy run?
That was Nick Saban.
No, that was Nick Saban. It was
Yeah.
the Miami, when he was at Miami. He made that poor guy do the conditioning test for like 13
He made him
weeks.
cry.
Yeah, made him cry and everything, dude. That was probably the worst I'd ever seen. Like that.
Well, there's a really bad one, and I know this is Drew Barrett's Ravens, man. Michael Pierce, he's a all-pro nose guard. And he came into camp. He's listed at 340. Mind you, he's 6 foot. He is 6 foot 340. That's his good weight. He came into camp 6 foot 385. And they kicked him out. He couldn't even get through warm-ups. He couldn't stretch. So they made sure, I think they pay him about $3 million a year to do what he does. He got kicked out after stretch. He was so out of shape.
That's unbelievable. And by the way, just to ask you another question, is there not like a hockey team, the Hurricanes?
Yeah, there is.
Okay, and the
Carolina.
the Carolina Hurricanes and Tulane, aren't they the Green Wave? Like, can we seriously stop being so PC and chill the bleep out? Like, talking about our girls, like, oh, they scored 13 goals. What are you doing? Girls are watching.
Did you see the golf clap?
No.
Carly Lloyd gave it a golf clap because she
Did she
scored. It was
really?
like 4. I think
I
it was
love
going
that
up
woman.
3-0, and she's running to celebrate, and then she looks at everybody. She just goes,
Golly, thank you so much. But what I'm saying, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go completely banana sandwiches here for 2 seconds. But this whole thing with Bob Ryan, like, dude made what he thought was a damn joke, y'all. Like, again, are you gonna change Tulane and make them not the Green Wave? Because it sure looks like a hurricane over a T to me. Are you gonna make Carolina change their name from the Hurricanes? Like, stop it, dude. Realistically, I guess you can't. Iowa State can't be the Cyclones because dead gummit. That
there are way worse names than anything that has to do with a hurricane. I don't think that's an issue.
I just don't think that Bob Ryan is a racist, an idiot. I don't think he took advantage of the poor. I don't think he took advantage of New Orleans. I don't think that he's a moron. I don't think. And by the way,
They sell a bunch of hurricanes.
They
the drink.
sell the drink Hurricanes in New Orleans. Thank you very much. And that is from my good friend Shelby over there on the other side, who, you know, has WUMR on lockdown. That is so true. They sell Hurricanes. I mean, literally, take your PC, shove it up a turkey's rear, and cook it, and hopefully it will all disappear, and we can get rid of it by Thanksgiving. That would be really nice, right? Because you know it ain't gonna be gone by the end of this summer. But people, whatever you do, don't you dare touch that dial. I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Or is that is a lamb's tail? Is that going to get peed on?
You better
me?
be careful, man.
You sure I'm going to be? I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay. I don't want to get in trouble on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Hi, this is Troy Five Ash, owner of Five Ash Roofing. As most of you know, I don't have a history of bragging or boasting that Five Ash Roofing is the best roofer in the Memphis area, but did you know we are the only diamond-level roofing professional in the area? We are one of very few local roofing companies that have been in business for 20 years. We've never had a justified claim against us. We are locally owned and family operated. Our labor warranties are for the life of the shingles. We're experts in insurance claim. We do residential and commercial work. We are the official roofer of the University of Memphis Athletic Department and a proud member of the Tigers home team. We support local youth sports and St. Jude's. We have worked with churches and veteran services to help those in need by providing services at a deep discount or even for free. We are currently working with Young Life to give them a free roof on the historic log cabin in Germantown. 5 Ash Roofing. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
5 Ash Roofing. It's what we do. We're here for you.
Crest is changing the way we care for our gums, and that's worth singing about.
Crest Gum Detoxify, deep clean toothpaste. Crest Gum Detoxify, for healthy gums, use it every day. Crest Gum Detoxify, early gum damage, reversed, neutralize bacteria, even below the gum line, yeah, it works.
Crest, healthy, beautiful smiles for life.
Hi, this is Doug King, owner of a small business, King's Tires in South Haven, Mississippi. I'd like to tell you about a new business I've opened, the Green Room CBD Company. If you haven't used CBD, it's a great product and it works for most people about 95% of the time. If your pain's a 10, CBD can make it a 5, make it more livable every day. Come by and see us at 1715 Main Street, State Line Road. That phone number is 662-510-5625. Thank you very much.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129.
I Buy Houses. 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition. And yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here. Kick it.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
I'm your pusher man. Oh, I'm about to push it all on you and tell you some things that literally are either going to make you have to pull over your car because you're laughing in tears, or maybe because you're going to have to vomit if the mental image is just too much for you to handle. But I'm going to tell you one thing. It's about to get too hot to handle up in here because we're about to go to Hardwood in just a second. But before I take you to my favorite spot, I got to tell you about my favorite spot eating. That's Central Barbecue. Why? Well, because I live in Memphis. Central Barbecue is simply the best. When you have a case of the Memphis, like you want to taste the Memphis, or if you have somebody in town that wants a taste of Memphis, you take them where? Central Barbecue, and they have 4 amazing locations. The original Gangster on Central. Don't forget the Bad Boy on Summer. Downtown, right by the Civil Rights Museum. And, of course, the new Bad Boy over here on Poplar. It is absolutely unbelievable, all of them there. If you go into the one on Poplar, tell my man Cardi, I said, what's up? He is the best server I've ever had. But the best ribs you'll ever have, they're at Central Barbecue. The best smoked turkey. The best smoked chicken. Smoke is their sauce, if you know what I'm saying. Plus, I don't know who does it, but their banana pudding. And if I could have that recipe, I would kill for it. Well, maybe not kill for it, but I would do some crazy things for it because it's that good. And I love you. I love you, Meemaw. Your banana pudding is the second best banana pudding in the world behind Central Barbecue. Central Barbecue, it's simply the best. Go to cbqmemphis.com. You'll be glad you did. And you can ship that delicious barbecue anywhere in the United States. And I had a couple people who text me. They shipped the Central Barbecue to their fathers for Father's Day for out of town. So far, 2 people have texted me, dude, dopest Father's Day gift ever. My pops was so happy. He loved it. Thank you. Good job. And I'm waiting on my other guy to text me back. Let me know, 67129, how things went. I'm sure it was awesome. Central Barbecue, it is literally simply the best. Now, let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
And we're going to start off with one of my favorite stories from the weekend. And where are we going to start off? Minor League Baseball. You know why? because only minor league baseball can do things like this. Like minor league baseball is basically the hardwood of sports. If you haven't noticed, they do the most outlandish stuff, and usually they get in trouble. Actually, their public relations team usually does get in trouble.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about, and I want one of those.
The man bod jersey.
Of course, I want
that.
One.
Is so dope.
I would wear that every day.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that most people of average life don't probably know exactly what I'm talking about because y'all work and y'all have normal jobs. Well, my job is to find the greatest sports stories out there for you and the wildest stuff and watch a lot of sports. And I have a great job. I love it. And I found this minor league baseball team in Kentucky, and they did a great thing. They were celebrating Father's Day, which I think is great. Anybody that can celebrate Father's Day, do it. But you know how they celebrated Father's Day? With these things called dad bod jerseys that came complete with, get this, back hair, chest hair, a tramp stamp tattoo, and of course, your good old man nipples. Yes, you got me right. All complete.
That's a hairy guy, too.
Yep. It is the funniest jersey I've ever seen in my entire
Question.
life. Go ahead.
Do you think that they took a picture of somebody's dad bod and then that's like, do you think that's somebody is what I'm saying?
It's definitely
like a real person.
Definitely a real person. Yeah, this is a great. This is a dad bod.
That's so bizarre.
This is, by the way, very, very interesting. I don't know if they were just trying to be nice on Father's Day, but they did a Twitter poll, and they said more women like dad bods than guys with six packs. Don't know if they were just really trying to be nice on Father's Day, but I read it. And I don't have a six pack anymore.
That's good news for about everybody that works here, man.
That's for sure, isn't it? By the way, though, they did also, to celebrate Father's Day, they had the dad bod jersey, $3 beers, and $1 hot dogs. So not bad. Pretty good. That's a way to celebrate a little Father's Day, isn't it? Now, this is some stuff that's going to kind of freak you out, I think. I don't understand this. And I'll never understand this. I told y'all earlier. O.J. Simpson said he didn't do it. What didn't he do? You would think, maybe murder, robbery. Nope. He said he didn't have relations with that woman. And I ain't going Bill Clinton on you, but I was going Bill Clinton on you.
His history lesson, 25 years ago today, was his famous white Bronco chase. So,
whoa. Hold
yeah.
on. 25 years ago today?
25 years ago today.
Are you joking?
Not at all.
That's today's anniversary?
Yep.
How did I not know that?
I don't know.
Why are there white Broncos on every single TV? That's what all we were doing.
Luckily, I watched the news this
when
morning.
I was a kid.
That's the only way I knew.
Oh, my goodness. Dude, everybody and their grandmother was watching that bad boy. They had the NBA Finals was going on. Everybody stopped what they were doing because I'm about to ruin the image in the. Nope, stop, scratch that record. We got OJ running from the LAPD in a white Bronco in the slowest high-speed chase I've ever seen in my life. Okay? It's very, very hard to explain, but if you were alive 25 years ago, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But guess what? OJ, which I swear to you, I did not know this was 25 years ago to the day. But he joined this thing called Twitter yesterday.
This is going to be a train wreck, and I can't wait.
He got 600,000 followers since he opened his Twitter account so far. And I found out he just opened it yesterday. So, again, he goes, a day before the 25-year anniversary of his white Bronco ride? Sure.
It is interesting timing.
Very interesting timing. But do you want to know what he went on to stress more than anything? To make sure that people understood what he did not do. He wanted to make sure that people out there knew that OJ didn't do it. Do you want to know what he came on to come out there and say? I've heard the rumblings, and I just want to set the record straight. I did not have sexual relations with Kris Jenner.
He's a liar.
He says he's not Khloe Kardashian's daddy. He promises because he's never ever been with Kris, he said. Now, one, he is a liar, pathological. Two, you better hope it, Khloe, you ain't her. That ain't your daddy. And then three is, are you kidding me? You got on Twitter, Holmes, Like you're OJ.
You're guilty. But you're guilty if you're even like addressing it, right?
Yeah, probably.
Because it's not even like I didn't even know it was like it's sort of a rumor right now, right?
Yeah, and
the fact that he comes and addresses
I'm
it.
not her dad. I've never, and you know how I know I'm not her dad? Because I've never been with Chris. Like, hold on. You got on Twitter because you didn't want to say, I didn't kill my wife, maybe, or I didn't do like a robbery. That was my stuff. No, I just want people to know out there that I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
No one asked, OJ. No one asked.
What are
at
you
all.
on drugs? Yet you got 600,000 followers, and I'm about to follow him, so I have 600,001. So, yeah, I got to keep up though. I got to know what this guy's tweeting about. I mean, are you kidding me? You guys are already going crazy.
So yeah, that's definitely a follow that I need to get to.
Yeah, I'm trying to find him too.
Not a question.
Now, I did tell y'all, I don't know if y'all remember this. If there was one place that you could return to, like they always say that it's hard to return home, right? But would it be hard to return to Bush? I think that when Albert returns to Bush, he's going to get the ovation that everybody who
they're going to love him.
They're gonna greet him with just happiness and joy and love.
I think so too.
And he's gonna be wrapped in a big old bosom of joy. You know, he's returning to Bush, and he's just gonna feel warm and fuzzy and happy. He's gonna have like that tingly feeling inside. I feel good for him.
Standing ovation.
Standing,
I think so.
baby, he's gonna knock it out of the park. Standing, baby, congratulations. Like a hero coming back. Speaking of heroes, I got to mention this. This is very, very upsetting to me. Sophie Turner sucks as a hero. And she's the girl in Game of Thrones. Yeah. The girl of Game of Thrones, like the show that I dug. Well, I heard that she was the Dark Phoenix. I don't know what the Dark Phoenix is. But people say that if you watch those movies that CJ watches, like Marvel and DC, you'll think it's horrible too. And all the people out there who are like, okay, so, and by the way, I also learned something. If you're DC, that's Superman, Batman, like the Justice League. If you're Marvel, it's Iron Man, Spider-Man, and all these other people. Okay. And this is how they broke it down for me. So I'm going to break it down for you. This is called Education on Hardwood at 238. So if you are Marvel, you're a human who's becoming extraordinary. But if you're part of DC, you're extraordinary people learning to become human. Oh, is that some deep stuff? Right after going to Bush, man, I was trying to go deep.
I was not deep at all.
Oh, come on, man. Trying to knock it out of the park, dude.
Are you into that stuff? Are you into those
dude,
movies?
I don't know any of that.
Yeah,
like, sorry.
See, well, no, but I mean, it is what it is.
Hey, CJ loves it. CJ loves it. In fact, I'm glad CJ loves it. Speaking of love is in the air. And this is what I wanted to ask all y'all. Did y'all know David Lee had it like that? And if you don't know who David Lee is, I don't blame you. Most people don't either, and they are NBA
I know him.
fans.
He's a St. Louis guy. That's the only reason.
Oh, well, did you know about his NBA career?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty good. He was a solid player.
Did you know that he had enough money, though, to buy an 8.8 carat diamond ring, get married at the same place as Justin Verlander and Kate Upton over in the fancy Castigliano del Bosco Hotel in Tuscany, Italy? Did you know he was balling like that?
I
got
didn't.
married in Caroline Wozniacki.
And guess who? Serena Williams was involved with that.
Dude,
wedding,
Serena was there. Guess who also was there? Not just Serena. Our buddy Harrison Barnes, our also former Grizz. They called him on this station Plastic Points, Pau Gasol. You also had, guess who else was there? You won't even believe this. Roy McIlroy. No, I'm just kidding. That's Caroline Wozniacki's ex-boyfriend. How crazy would that be?
He would have to be in two places at once. It sounds
Oh, yeah,
like.
he was playing golf. Yeah. I was just being silly.
All right,
but Jesse Palmer was there.
Okay.
Is that like a big guy? Is he big on a list?
I mean, I guess so. He's good. I think he's decent at what he does.
What does he really do?
He's a analyst.
Like where now? I used to see him all the time, and now I don't see him
I think
anywhere.
he's Fox, maybe.
Oh, sorry.
But he's like college football.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like he's very He's cornered. He's caddy
Didn't
cornered.
see. I thought I didn't know if the Bachelor broke him. Didn't he be? Wasn't he a Bachelor?
I couldn't tell you.
You couldn't tell
I don't
me?
pay attention to that stuff, so I don't even know. Like,
So the most important thing we've learned today is that OJ is not Khloe Kardashian's daddy.
I guess so. I don't know if we learned that though, man.
Well, yeah, we did. We just learned it. I just told y'all.
Well, that's
because OJ just told us
well.
on Twitter.
That makes me think OJ.
And by the way, y'all didn't
is
even know
the dad
OJ was
now.
on Twitter.
Like the fact that OJ addressed it, like no one asked you, bro.
Hey, I just want y'all to know I'm joining Twitter to tell y'all I'm not Khloe Kardashian's dad. Yeah, I see what you mean there.
All right. I want to know a Babe Ruth game worn jersey. How much do you think that would go for?
I can tell you how much it went for.
Oh, so you know.
I ain't giving $5 million for Jack. $5 million plus, wasn't it?
5.64 million.
Man, dude, let me tell you something. Are you kidding me? Did it have the mustard stain from him eating hot dogs? Like, has it been washed? Like, tell me something about this. Like, did he like chick it? Like, did he like kick it with like? Did he go into a brothel after a game? He hit 3 home runs. Like, what was special about this jersey for that much money? Like, that's what I need to know.
Babe Ruth wore it, man.
I hear what you're saying.
You knew it was going to go for like a lot, right?
Like 5 milli? No, I didn't know 5 milli.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was more.
Really?
Certainly. I mean, you could say that it was a $6 million deal. I would believe that.
What's the most expensive item auctioned ever? You don't know, do you? Well, guess what?
Anything, man. I mean, I don't know. And probably very expensive too. A lot more than 5.6 million.
Well, I think Babe should be up there with the most expensive, but it's not, because the world's most expensive auction items ever are dun, 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 dun. Dang, Google, you're slow as Christmas, man. We could never mind. I wouldn't say like we could have a baby in this time unless we were like a fruit fly, but well, I guess I'm gonna have to tell you whenever this thing loads. Doesn't look like it's gonna load, but it did say, I saw one item say $41.7 million. $41.7 million.
I want to know what that item is now.
It was a car. It was a 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO Scaletti or whatever. It was sold at auction for 48.4. Originally, they thought it was going to get 41.7 million. It got 48.4.
And also,
wow.
If anybody listening out there missed Brett Hull and the Blues antics, please go check it out. That guy was the drunkest person in the continental United States this weekend.
Okay. Can I tell y'all something that's funny? The truth? I thought Brett Hull was the goalie because he was so drunk. And I was like, he's so old. The only position he could play is probably goalie.
Yeah, I need to get you to a game.
Yeah, you need
we
to get me to a
explain
game.
the rules.
I
we
found
need to get
out.
this going, man.
Well, dude, can I ask you a question? Do you usually think that a hockey player would be the drunkest person at a blue celebration, or do you think it would be the president of operations?
I don't know, man.
I would
Usually
think
a
it'd
hockey
be the player.
The players were pretty drunk.
Dude, this guy was so drunk he started singing.
They took the mic from him.
Yeah, like I've never seen a 54. And by the way, I didn't know he was 54 years old. For 54, he looks pretty good. Like again, I thought he was the goalie. Like, which I still think is hilarious. Like my 2 biggest mistakes this year. Kay
Whitmore, yeah.
Kay Whitmore, I thought was a woman, and I thought Brett Hull was the goalie for this year's St. Louis.
So I
Blues
just
team.
think this is more reason that we need to get you to a Blues game.
Yeah, I need to get to a Blues game really quick. You know what else I need to do? I'm going to have to take a time out, but before I do, I'm going to remind you, Frontier Western Store makes you look solid steel and sex appeal, all of the above. And you know what? It can make you look soft and smooth because you can get items. Yes, not just boots. You can get items in the ladies' boutique for your girlfriend, for your daughter, for your significant other. Do you have a son? They have children's clothes. By the way, the thing that matters most, it's just the day after Father's Day. Hopefully you got a little time to yourself. Why don't you go down to yourself, like 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch, and get yourself a gift? Like serious. Go down there and get you some boots. These boots are made for walking. Go down and get them. The largest boot showroom on the planet. You need square toe, round toe. You need whatever, alligator. I don't know. They got literally everything. They have 1,000 pair of Ariat boots alone. Plus, they have jeans and shirts. They have everything you need all at one beautiful place. And you can check them out online at frontierwesternstore.com. But always head on down to 5880 Goodman Road, Frontier Western Store. They are the bomb. They're family owned and operated since 1967. We'll be back in just a second. I'm going to give you a pick for the night. I've been kind of hot, you could say. I ain't been like New York, like Yankees hot. And I'm not talking about what they did on the field, because, by the way, if you notice, they weren't all that great on the field. But they just signed Edwin Encarnacion. Dude has 400 home runs already in his career. And they just added him to Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. And I can go on and on to Luke Voigt. I mean, home run hitting. I mean, Dirty Sanchez, Gleyber Torres. They're going to hit so many home runs. People aren't even going to know what to do. We'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Sports Time with Rollo and Stacks. Every weekday afternoon from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
I'm here with the Rendezvous's first female waitress, Joanna McKee. First thing, how was it being the first female waitress at such a legendary place?
I have to say it was pretty awesome, but it's also nice to be sharing the spotlight now.
I hear things have changed regarding reservations at the Rendezvous.
They have. Last December, we started taking reservations for parties of 8 or more, and that was a really big hit, so we've been doing it ever since.
Nice, Joanna.
Yeah, we're just trying to make it easier for people to come down here. We also are doing something great called the valet parking. So we subsidize with the valet parking companies to try to keep the price down. It's only $8, which is really cheaper than most of the parking garages in our area.
What about picking up food to go? Where can one park for that? Do you have to pay for parking?
You do not have to pay to park. You just pull into the alley, pull up to the parking sign, put on your flashers, and we'll have you in and out in about 10 minutes.
So takeaway is you can now make reservations for parties of 8 or more. Valet parking is available. If you want a little rendezvous at home, you guys and gals make it easy.
You got it.
The Rendezvous, a family restaurant in the alley in downtown Memphis since 1948.
Plunge on into the Super Summer Sale at Family Leisure. Complete pools starting at only $12.99. 24-foot above-ground pools starting at $19.99 installed. 4-piece deep seating patio sets starting at $7.99. Holly Adirondacks 20% off. Spas starting at $17.99. Some spas starting at $99.99. Family Leisure has great prices on all outdoor kitchens and pergolas. Lowest prices guaranteed. The Super Summer Sale at Family Leisure, Wooden Road at I-40.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. 30% of Americans who are planning home improvements of $5,000 or more will pay for those renovations with a high-interest credit card. That may not be a great idea. A better idea may be to take cash out of your home with a Quicken Loans 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. The rate today on our 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 4.125%. APR 4.22%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rate subject to change. 8.88% fee to receive this discounted rate. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. License in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Just the other day, I stumbled across an incredible full-service paint store, Memphis Paints, Benjamin Moore store, located on the corner of Mendenhall and Poplar. I learned how to choose the perfect color from their very helpful staff. Benjamin Moore paints are cut above other paints, high-quality paints that last for years and are easy to clean. Memphis Paints has the largest selection of colors on your palette. So whether you're painting walls, bricks, or concrete, let Memphis Paints and Benjamin Moore help you make the change. Located 699 South Mendenhall. Call today, Memphis Paints and Benjamin Moore at 901-683-7369.
The Can-Am Spring Fever event is on now with our family of off-road vehicles that are built for this. We're built for seeing the sunrise and for days lasting past sunset. We're built for trails, tasks, and tough times. And we're built to move you through what won't move. So how do you become built for this? By getting to the Spring Fever event at Olive Branch Motorsports, 5656 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and finding a brand new Can-Am off-road vehicle for a $3,000 rebate on select 2018 models for limited time. Certain restrictions apply, subject to credit approval. See your dealer for details.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Like a big woolly mammoth! Man, gonna share that Coke. Not that Coke, that Coke, okay? Calm down, people. Like, who's sharing that? Ask Lamar Odom. He's like, nah, nobody. Not even the girls at the brothel.
Man, you're edgy usually, but today it must be a wild Monday for you.
Dude, wait till you hear this last story. the one thing you never do as a man, you never send what? A picture of what? And I ain't talking about your kids. I ain't talking about your dad bod neither. Well, I'm actually talking about part of your dad bod, but I'm not talking about all of it. Jimmy, do you know that you're like a hero to many Cardinal fans? When I was growing up, everybody wanted to be like center fielder Jimmy Edmonds. By the way, I hung out with Jim Edmonds 2 years ago.
Wait, he did that?
Oh, you don't know about this?
Wait, is this new or is this old?
So amazing. This is new, man. It was about, I first read about this on actually, I think Saturday. So what's today's date? I heard about this on, Saturday, 2 days ago. So here's what Jimmy said. He and his wife were on the road to repairing their marriage after he admitted to sexting nude selfies to another woman. I can't tell you what he said, but I can tell you he was nude. So I don't think you have to think too hard. We're talking about a man. Yep.
By the way, they had him. He was doing color commentary with the Fox Sports Midwest crew earlier in the year. Pretty bad.
Yeah, he was
fan.
bad. He's not very good. By the way, he's not also a very good husband because he's also claiming that admitting to the messages in the nude photos, but he's not admitting to having an extramarital affair. The reason is because she was pregnant with their twins. So she gives birth to their twins, and the woman, this is also low down to the woman. After a lady gives birth to twins, right afterwards, don't send her pictures of your man's junk and say that you got them from your man. Like, she just had twins, man. She's not in a good spot as it is. Like, I'm telling you, Jimmy Edmonds, I just lost a lot of respect for you because I got to say, you got to be better than that. And then the thing is, he also said this. It's a pretty crazy world out there. Well, yeah, dude. And he says people can make up stories about you and hide behind being anonymous. How did she get a picture of your junk? What are you talking about, Jimmy? This is a crazy world. People can hide behind and be anonymous. She sent pictures of you naked, posing with your private parts, and you're like very, very sexually explicit in these messages, but you're trying to say that people, how sick other people are in this world and how they're taking advantage of you.
But God, was he a hell of a center fielder.
Man, he could. He could catch a ball, dude. Did you see the one where he dove literally like Mickey, man, like all the way, like fully extended? That little man could play some mean center field. By the way, he was a very good tipper when he came into Alfred's too, I got to admit. But now I understand why he was a good tipper. He didn't want me to tell him. I didn't know he was married. And just, he's always picking up hot chicks, by the way. But Jimmy, you never, and by the way, just so you know, if you are going to send a picture of your junk, don't hold the phone where your face is in the very top of the camera.
Isn't that like rule number 1?
Come on.
Actually, rule number 1 is don't send.
Rule
number 2 is don't put your face on it.
Yeah, and don't let your face get in it, dude. Come on, man. Come on, Jimmy. And just so you know, do you know how many like grown-ups, like we thought of you again, like he said, I used to imagine him just diving and catching a ball in center field.
I'll never forget that he robbed a home run against the Reds where his
climbing
elbow
and
went
going
over.
all the way over the wall and bringing it back. Dude, he was such a good center fielder. Very average husband, I guess.
Yeah, must not be a good guy.
Yeah, probably not. But, I mean, by the way, I love also, again, how he says it was just a weak moment. Everybody has one. I love that, too. Everybody has a weak moment. That was just mine. In your weak moment, you sent a bunch of pictures of your junk to some other lady while your wife was giving birth to
with
twins.
your face in it.
With your face in it, dude. Come on, man. By the way, 1.5 million people are packed in downtown Toronto. And guess what it smells like? Hippie lettuce. Yes. Toronto, that's the kind of parade I'm digging. Like, can you imagine now if the Nuggets won? That's exactly what it would be like in Toronto. Like, I'm ready for one of these legal marijuana states that has it legal for recreations to host a parade because it's going off the chain down in Toronto. Like these guys got blunts. Like instead of throwing beers like Gronk was at his parade, people are like Cheech and Chong out there throwing blunts back and forth. It's hilarious, dude. Oh, the days. You know what? I'm going to tell y'all. Dave Woloshin, Brett Norsworthy, they're about to rock out for 3 hours. They're going to drive you home from 3 to 6. So if I were you, I'd be smart and I wouldn't touch that dial. You know what else I'd do? I'd get out there and make sure you could do something to make this world a better place. Hey, I'll see y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Here on my chest, she looks good without a shirt.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition. And yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
New Life Medical Center has moved to a new, larger location that allows them to better serve their patients. I go to New Life Medical Center for testosterone replacement therapy, which is one of many things they do. They also treat erectile dysfunction and can relieve the pain of joint injuries with stem cell and platelet-rich plasma treatments. They also take care of patients with diabetes, high blood pressure, sick visits, and much more with no appointment necessary and minimal wait times. New Life Medical Center is now at 9160 Highway 64. That's just off I-40. Stop in and see what they can do for you.
Hi, this is Troy Five Ash, owner of Five Ash Roofing. It is that time of year where the weather is unpredictable, and given the recent storms, it's a good time to discuss insurance claims. So here's a few things you should know. Always hire a local contractor, because if you have a problem with your roof down the road, you want to be able to find him. Never allow anyone to pressure you into signing a contingency contract. They're used as sales tools, making you feel committed. And the truth is, those contracts are not worth the paper they're written on. Be careful of door-knocking salesmen. Some are reputable, but many are not. They canvass the neighborhood and tell everyone to file a claim, working their percentages and not caring if you file a claim, even when they know the likelihood of it being approved is low. Some will even damage your roof, hoping to convince the adjuster it's storm damage. That's fraud, and contractors have gone to jail for that. So do your research and know who you're hiring. Five Ash Roofing, the official roof of the University of Memphis Athletic Department. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
You've been asking for it, Mid-South, and they finally did it. They're back. Excellent Window Tint is back. Now the new easy access location in Olive Branch, 7300 Kraft Goodman Road, just off Highway 78 and Kraft Road. Excellent Window Tint is back, just in time to cool the temperature of your car and make that car look cool as well. Unlike all those other North Mississippi and Tennessee window tint shops in the tint world, Excellent Window Tint is family owned and